Hi, I'm Laura,
And I'm Anne.
and we're here today to bring you the third video in the Seminar Director video series. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch the first two, go ahead and log into your Seminar Director account and go to that Seminar Director help box. There's a link in there where you can follow to watch the first two videos in the series. Today we're going to talk about the group program. So we're going to go over the who, what, when, where, why of the Prepare-Enrich group program.
All right, so first we're going to talk about what the group program is and how to access it. And then we'll cover how it works, the benefits, and how you can incorporate it into your training.
So the group program is an online two-part program. So it's resources and it's a function that will generate a third report for every couple you put in your facilitator account. So that third report is called the Couples Report Group Edition. This report is written in some more positive language. It's also kind of reorganized to work well in a group setting, to go with that group flow of things. The resources include an instructor's guide and a PowerPoint. The group program is a great way to provide feedback to your couples without having to do it in a one-on-one setting. You can do it in this small group setting instead. It also kind of provides some unique benefits for couples, so I'll go over those later.
All right, so there's a one-time $35 activation fee for the group program, and facilitators can either call customer service or log into the online bookstore to make this purchase. We will then activate the feature in the facilitator's account and notify them by email when this has been done. So the other resources that Laura mentioned that you receive are the instructor's guide and a PowerPoint. And this is all accessed online. The instructor's guide is a great resource because it contains guidelines, tips, and session flow for 9 different topics, plus a wrap-up session. And then each session there's an icebreaker activity, group discussion, teaching points, couples exercise taken from the couples workbook, and then a group wrap-up. So you can follow each of these sessions as they're written to a T, or you can adjust the length and then the topics covered depending on the needs of the group or your time constraints. The PowerPoint is designed to match up exactly to the instructor's guide, but you can edit it as well, and that kind of leads into our next section, which is how to use the group program.
Yeah, so as Anne said, you can go through and edit and change things as you see fits with the group of people that you have in your group. That's the same kind of with all Prepare-Enrich programs and products. It's really flexible. So we give you structure if you need it, but if you already have something that you are incorporating the group program into, that is fine to kind of adjust and take our suggestions and make your own group program work. So with that being said, we're going to go over now how some examples from across the country for how the group program is currently being used.
So in California, it's being offered to a group of newlywed couples who are meeting for one time a month for a full year, providing support and a sense of connection during their first year of marriage, which for a lot of couples can be a difficult and challenging time.
Exactly. So in Maryland, the Prepare-Enrich group program is being offered to married couples in a weekend retreat marriage intensive.
And then right here in Minnesota, it was just recently used at a church where couples met only 2 times for 3 hours each.
And our group examples of these, how these are being used across the country, can date back some time. We have one group that was from 1987 where they used the group program under a different name at that time. They used it in a kind of a weekend retreat type of setting, marriage intensive, and all those couples are still together today, and they stay informally kind of in contact with each other all the way until today. So, that's a long time, and you can see that that's really some growth and some real strong ties that have been kind of fostered through this group setting. So that's something to note, that you can really make a difference in those couples' lives.
So it does work best with small groups. We usually think of that as fewer than 10 couples. 5 is a great number. You really can use it with as many as you'd like. The thing to keep in mind is the administrative work that you will need to do, which would be setting up each couple in the system online, printing out each couple's reports, and so on. And then you can conduct groups, specifically for one relationship stage, so let's say all married couples. Or you can incorporate couples at different stages, so for example, engaged couples and married couples. You could do newlyweds with couples that have been married for several years. We have heard from facilitators who've used the group program that having kind of a mix of couples lends itself to a wider perspective and more learning opportunities for the group.
Yeah, so in a 2011 article published in the Journal of Couple and Relationship article published in the Journal of Couple and Relationship Therapy, Futris and colleagues found that there was no significant difference between couples that received feedback in a one-on-one setting and couples that received feedback in a small group setting. So knowing that, we're going to give you now some unique benefits that couples do receive from doing feedback in a small group setting. The first unique benefit is group cohesion. So couples come to this group because they have something invested in it. They feel the growth that's happening, they feel accepted, they feel understood, they feel supported, and that's something that can become very therapeutic for these couples, so they're going to keep coming back. The second benefit is interpersonal learning. So when you can learn from other couples about yourself and about your own relationship, that's really impactful and really valuable for couples. So they're going to see that benefit right away after some discussion starts happening. The third unique benefit is normalizing for couples. So small group settings give the opportunity for couples to feel validated in the universality of their struggles. Counselors often use this idea of normalizing with people who feel alone and really feel that level of despair and that frustration that they feel. And if they don't, see that other people are going through this too, that can really hinder them in getting help and getting, some movement forward at that issue. The fourth benefit to small groups for couples is that enrichment. Small groups can be fun, they can be light, they can be kind of seen as a preventative thing before issues get really big and they have, kind of address those. So enrichment is one of the benefits I think people probably see most from small groups, is that it's just a small, fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm. So you are probably wondering if you're required to mention the group program in your training. The simple answer is no, you are not. That being said, it can be helpful to have some basic knowledge about the group program, just in case a participant should ask you about using it in that setting. And then also it can provide you a new way to kind of market and customize your training to specific groups. For example, if you are training a bunch of small group leaders at a church, they would probably be very interested in this aspect of the program.
Exactly. So the reality is that groups encourage discussion and they facilitate growth among couples, and that's something that your participants might be interested in hearing. So a great way to, if you decide to talk about it in your training, a great way to do that is to just go around the circle and say, how do you plan to use Prepare-Enrich? And see if anybody says that they're interested in doing it in a group setting. You can always bring that up and say, you might think about using it in a group setting because of all these great benefits to couples. It might be a way to relate the experience of the day that you're having. Say, would this be as beneficial of a training if it were just you and I doing this training right now? Or has the discussion that everyone's had and the input from everyone else really helped in your learning? Because you can kind of relate that to how the couples may feel in a small group setting. So if you choose to mention it, it's a great thing to do, but like Ann said, you don't have to mention it in your training if you don't have time to work it in.
So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any topic suggestions for future videos, please contact us.
Yeah, if you have any questions or want to learn more about the group program, give customer service a call at 1-800-331-1661, or you can send us an email at cs@prepare-enrich.com. Also, if you haven't joined the Seminar Director Facebook group yet, it's a great place to share your ideas about your own groups that you have, or to see if anyone else will post that they have groups that they're doing. It's a great way to kind of go back and forth, share some information, get ideas, tips from other seminar directors. You can join that at www.facebook.com/groups/pe.seminardirectors. Thank you.